After returning home from Nottingham, we then looked to pile on the misery against a struggling 14th place side Spennymoor, and thanks to Heaney's header from the Newton corner, we was able to do this in the first half, as Heaney then turned provider for Willoughby before putting away his second to pick up a 3-0 victory. The next game then saw us head to 16th place Alfreton, where on this wet and breezy Monday afternoon our youth stuck to the field. Sadly, it was however swiftly lost to a Cisse counter-attack goal. Our main lineup then returned to host Gloucester. Sadly, a late 90th minute McClure goal, however, left us with our second back-to-back 1-0 loss. This was another game wrapped up before half-time, this time in our favour, away at 6th place Farsley. This was initially kicked off thanks to a Donaldson through ball drilled in by Dyson into the bottom left, before Willoughby then doubled the score with a wonderful 1-2 with Dyson and then a placed volley. After bouncing back against Farsley with a win, we then faced Fylde, where sadly a 4th minute penalty was the decider. The final league game of the season then took us to 18th place side Telford, where we looked to bounce back in form before going to Wembley for our FA Trophy final. And, well, although Heaney got us off to an early start, this just wasn't to be the case, as a brace reply from Johnson not only here on the 35th, but also the 36th minute, brought them back and made it 2-1. Donaldson, however, decided he didn't want to settle for a loss, and on the 74th minute, rescued a 2-2 draw. Welcome everyone to York Station. Now, I'm not just hanging outside the toilet because I'm really busting to go, but if you can hear further down the station, we are in fact going to Wembley, ladies and gents. So I'm here, of course, to catch our train down there. So without further ado, let's head on down to London. Okay, so before we dive into today's game, there's a little bit of news on the squad front I thought we should cover. There's been a few contract renewals. We still haven't had a look at our youth intake. I've managed to clear out the deadwood. We have some good youngsters coming in. I've got them set up at the top of the squad, ready for us to have a little look at in just a second. We also have 34,000 in our transfer budget with 11 grand of wage left at the moment. So that is very nice, as well as a secret surprise as well. So, without further ado, let's have a little look at the contract renewals first of all. We have Ollie Dyson. He signed a brand new contract. As you can see, I've managed to get a 3-year optional for us, which is nice because he's 22 years of age. So it's nice to be able to tie him down to that £900 per week for an extended period of time, especially considering we've already got him till 25, as well as those additional 3 years. We then have Sam Fielding. He renewed his contract till 26, till 25 is also Wright was a bit of a pain, as you can see. I've had to pay him $1,400. That's probably because Donaldson's getting paid quite well, so he wants to be paid on a similar level, and that's pretty reasonable. He's a good player, he's one of our starters, and I can understand it. It's just really irritating. Then we have Ducksworth. He's signed a £650 per week contract till 2025. So that is nice. We've got our right back covered. We've got our right midfielder covered. We've got our centre back covered. That does make it a little bit harder for Josh Knowles to push his way into the squad, because of course I like to use Heaney and Dyson. But Knowles, I believe in you. You're our super sub at worst. I'm not looking to get rid of you. You're going to be sticking around for the long haul. Now, going forward, who have we got as youngsters? Well, we've got a 15-year-old from Malta, we have a 16-year-old from Wales, a 16-year-old from Ireland, one from Spain, and 2 from England. Centre-back, central midfielder, a cam, I want to say is his main role. I know he can play DM, but I think he's mainly a cam. Fitzsimmons, as well. I think he's another cam, but not as good as Lawson. We then have Chanza, who is a striker, a left attacking mid, and a centre back in Harris. As you can see, a few of these have actually played. So Lawson, he's managed to get 2 games so far. Fitzsimmons 1-1, got a sub appearance, and 1 loss. Lawless, even, not Lawson, Lawless, is actually the youngest player to have played in this division now, at like 15 days or whatever when he originally played, because as you can see, he's 16 years and 4 days old now. So, he's a 2-star player, so he's not too bad already to begin with. 2.5-star, by the way, for Chanza. Hasn't been showing it though, a 6.5. He was dismal. Lawless, I keep wanting to say Lawson. Lawless at 6.75. Had a pretty decent couple of games. 6.4, Fitzsimmons needs to pick things up. 6.5, these 3 really need to pick things up. But Harris is looking good. Our 7.1 and 6.75 up there is not too shabby. In terms of their actual stats though, we'll first look at him. I guess playmaker, we don't want to use anyone as just a simple central midfielder. He's pretty solid. His teamwork is struggling, so that is where he's going to have to focus on his development. Fitzsimmons, in terms of his development, we would probably use him as a cam, so normal attacking mid. His strengths are pretty good. I'd say his long shots is what he needs to work on going forward. We then have Lawless, who I somehow managed to skip over. He, as a playmaker, would probably need to focus on his positioning. His positioning is where he is weak. We then have Chanza. Chanza, as a striker, you would not be a target man. You would be a deep line forward, maybe a pressing forward. Deep line forward, I would say get stronger. He needs to hit the gym. Chanza, just get in the gym. That's all you need to do. Right. That is what we need from you. And Milner. Oh, and Harris. We need to go for Harris as well. His dribbling struggling. I can already see that one. And his passing. So he needs to learn to dribble and needs to learn to pass. He's probably not going to be the greatest of players, if I'm honest. And Harris. Well, Harris, as you can see, he is pretty well rounded as a Right, so normal centre-back. You would be pretty decent as a normal centre-back. Could you play ball winning? He could also play ball winning if he can pick up his passing. So maybe work on your passing, make yourself a more versatile centre-back going forward, Harris. But alongside these, guess who we also have? Hailing from Minsk, at 41 years young, the multilingual versatile midfielder with 80 international caps, formerly of teams such as Stuttgart, Arsenal and Barcelona. It is the one and only Alexander Helm. Okay, so with Drake being out due to this being his parent club and Gibson being suspended, our team for today's game is Jameson in goal, a backline of McLaughlin, yes, McLaughlin, alongside Newton, Fielding and Ducksworth. We then have Wright and O'Keefe in central midfield, Heaney on the left, Dyson on the right, Donaldson in between and Willoughby up front. Although I am tempted to swap Willoughby for Potts. We'll have a little look at that in a second. Whitley, King, Crow, Knowles and Potts making up the bench. So let's just slide across just a little bit. I want to compare Willoughby to Potts. So Willoughby has been marginally better in the last 5 games. Overall though, he's struggled. So do we trust him on his last 5 game form? Which is, you know what, Potts, you're not on amazing form. So, you know what, I'll leave it as it is. Maybe Potts comes on and he's a super sub. Maybe he makes us regret us leaving him on the bench. As you will have noticed as well, we are going positive because quite frankly, this is a cup final. We've got to be positive no matter how big an obstacle in our way. We've got to try and go for it. There's no point in trying to play for additional time and penalties. Let's just go for it. We've seen how bad our penalty takes are, so yes, that's a bad strategy. The fans deserve this trophy, so let's go and win it for them. Punch fists, let's do it passionately. We can't be doing it demandingly. We can't be going, let's do it. No, we must in vigour, a bit of passion in the lads. Unfortunately, though, it seemed to have demotivated Ollie Dyson, and that's the only response we have got. Now, Jaden Tabernier of the non-league paper. A number of people would agree that your win over Were was a highlight of York's run to the final. Would they? Really? The one over Were? I'd probably say the win over Grimsby was much bigger. The win over Notts County was bigger as well. So, is that something? I'd go along with that. I also thought if we could get past Where, we'd have a good chance of winning this competition. We managed to beat them. I'd go along with that. Our performance was outstanding and we really had to be at our best, to get through that tie. The game is one of the very biggest, and all of the York fans are sure to be watching with high expectation. Is that making you? No. The whole team is aware of what they are expected of them. That has been made abundantly clear. Admittedly, they didn't take it very well, but it's been made abundantly clear what's expected of them. Now, will we see any changes to the first team lineup for this big match? Yes, of course. You know Gibson suspended. You've known for weeks Gibson has been suspended for this one, so I don't know why you're asking me this question. Anyway, as always, we will analyse the players' fitness and the performance in training before making any decision regarding team selection. Although, as you know, I use the same players quite a bit, so that's not quite true. They're on a win, loss, win. As for our recent form, well, loss, win, loss, draw. That's rough. Very rough recent 5 games. Also, speaking of rough, it's only about a third full here at Wembley. I think it said there was about 33,000 people in attendance for this game, and we of course have the usual kick-off highlight. The question is though, is anything going to actually come off this one? Whittingham, he'll play it back to Loco. Loco will get it up to Kingseller inside to Whittingham. He's going to hold possession for Harris. Harris, the ball over the top to Andrews. He nods it. It's back to Whittingham in the centre circle, and what a waste of about 30 seconds of our lives. Newton though whips it in back post. Right, you had such a beautiful opportunity there. You could have got us a nice early goal. 30,193 is the attendance here today. A little bit smaller than what I said previous, but it's in the ballpark. I knew it was about 30,000. I couldn't quite remember the exact figure. Now, they are going for a 4-4-1-1, and look how defensive that looks. It looks really defensive. They should be the team on the front foot, not us. I guess they're trying to hit us on the counter-attack and exploit the fact that we like to use a 4-2-3-1. I guess that's their strategy. Right now, it's not really working out, though. We've got 59% of the possession to their 41, thanks mainly to our great passing, 89% passing. I've tried to instill in the players good ball retention, and this season it has paid off. So, O'Keefe plays it across to Fielding, gets it up to Newton. It's now with Ducksworth on this right-hand side. Ducksworth's got plenty of space. Come on, Ducky, you can do something with this, my friend. Whips one in, back post, Heaney gets onto it. But Pilling will collect the ball, and that's the end of that. Ducksworth, though, with a free kick. Goes short to O'Keefe. Donaldson gets it across to right now over to Heaney. Maybe use the overlap if he makes the run. No, our left back. Come on, McLaughlin. Yes, McLaughlin finally makes the run. Unfortunately, though, it's blocked. He should have made that probably about 30 seconds earlier. Instead, plays it inside Donaldson. Willoughby finds Heaney. He gets dispossessed, though, and Whittingham tries the ball over the top. Newton should be able to win this race, though. He does. He brings it down and ends the danger. So, one on target from 3. They have yet to get a shot, by the way, which is nice here half an hour in. Newton, though, need to have a better free kick from you there. That was a bit of a wasted opportunity. Now, 5 shots, 2 on target, and we've kept them shotless thus far. 61% possession, but they have a free kick here. It's with Harris. Oh, that was a nice free kick. It goes crashing off the bar. We avoid conceding in that moment. As you can see, both of their attacking players are struggling right now on a 6.5. Their left backs are 6.4 and a 6.6 for their right back. In terms of us, do we have any specific players to mention? No, they're all playing pretty decent, besides McLaughlin. He is struggling at left back. He hasn't really done that much, though, to be honest. He is able to do it. He is our third best left back. Admittedly, our second best left back does mean moving Newton over to that wing, but didn't want to do that. I want to keep him in the centre. Him and Fielding have a great connection in the middle. Great connection. He almost got himself sent off and made me regret it, but Willoughby plays it back. It's now a lovely through ball to Donaldson. Can he score from it? He can! Come on, Clayton, you beautiful human being. Clayton Donaldson with a beautiful play shot into the bottom right corner right before half-time, right on the 45th minute. That couldn't have been any better. Fielding plays it up to Dyson. Willoughby just holding possession up. Dyson with a beautiful through ball, and Donaldson into the bottom corner gives us the lead. Ooh. And now I've got a tricky decision. McLaughlin is struggling. McLaughlin's the one I should probably take off. I am a little worried about Newton though. He's going to be under a lot of pressure. He's on a yellow card already. Do we risk keeping Newton on? You know what, lads? Can we do this punch fists? Can we be like, come on, lads, I'm happy so far? No, not the fans. No, fine. I'm just happy with possession so far. Let's doing a great job. Calmly tell you I'm happy. Instead of being passionate. I'd like to be passionate about how happy I am that you kept the ball. Dyson. Please don't make me feel like an idiot for saying how good you've been at keeping the ball. Because that was silly. You just ran off the pitch with the ball. But it's with Bardell here on the right hand side. Throws it into Wagstaff. He gets it over to Edzer. Edzer back to Harris. Harris now back to Phillips. Phillips is going to play it across to Loco. Loco back to Phillips once more. He's going to play it back to Loco. Yes, Loco and Phillips are just having a nice little 1-2 at the back of their defence. It's finally made its way up to Andrews though. Andrews with a terrible shot, and we are happy with that one. As you can see, there is a mass of empty seats behind this goal, so if they score, not many people are going to see it, or at least not many people are going to see it very well. Dyson, though, plays it inside to Willoughby. Lovely through ball to Donaldson. Now, can he get a good cross in? Maybe pull it back for someone? He has. He's pulled it back for O'Keefe, but he's gone way too far back. Donaldson, a little bit less power on that. It's not a shot. You're playing it back to your teammate. Heaney coming down this left-hand side, though. He does have the overlap in McLaughlin. Instead goes across to right. Now up to Donaldson. Donaldson back to right. Right inside to O'Keefe. Nice triangle with Donaldson. Willoughby 1-2. Now it's up to Dyson. Dyson's got way too much space. Ollie, you've got to do more with that. It's a free kick anyways because he was offside. But Ollie, if you get a chance like that, you cannot take a shot so dismal. Really cannot. Paddy McLaughlin now on a 6.4. He's got to go off. I'm sorry. Sorry, Paddy, but you are going off. And you know what? Newton, slide out to that wing. Who can we put on that wing if it isn't Newton? Ducksworth. Ducky can swap. The Duckster can swap. I think we take off the two players on yellow cards. I think we don't risk anything. We simply just take off the two players on yellow cards. Yes, they are both having good games. 7.2, 7.5. I think keeping them on the pitch is more risky though. So you, Crow, swap over. Ducksworth can go on to the left. Nobody else on a yellow card. We don't have to worry about going down to 10 men. We can simply just crack on with things. So, Andrews on 6.2 by the way. Really struggling. Which is nice to see. Fielding nods it forward to right though. Right will play it across to O'Keefe. O'Keefe tries the ball up to Knowles. Unfortunately, it's intercepted though. Loco will get it across to Phillips. Harris just decides to backheel it to Phillips. Okay, they're just going to hold possession at the back. We'll let them do that. We do not mind. They can burn the clock down for us. That's very helpful of Aldershot. Now, King plays it up to Ducksworth. I also apologise for the sirens in the back. Can't really do a whole lot about that. Wagstaff, though, on the halfway line, pulls it back for Phillips. Phillips tries the ball over the top to Andrews. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. Our defence was getting back. Thankfully, it goes crashing off the bar. The game said unlucky. I think it was lucky. Lucky for us. 6.2. Andrews is having a rough one. I wouldn't say he deserves a 6.2, especially considering hasn't he cracked the bar twice in this one? That last one was definitely Andrews, and I'm pretty sure the one in the first half was Andrews as well. So, yeah, can't really blame him too much. Maybe blame our goalkeeper in that one, though. What on earth was that, Jameson? He just seemed to fall over. Right, let's have another little look at this one, shall we? So, Bardell plays the ball through to foul. He slide tackles Jameson. Don't know. Jameson, you're the goalkeeper. The one player who can use his hands, to touch the ball. Maybe use them, dive in, not sliding. Aye, Jameson. Jameson. Fielding to mark Corey Andrews. The guy on a 6.3 who's struggling to score. Maybe not. If anything, I would get him to mark this guy. The guy who's actually doing something for all the shots and has managed to drag this game out. As you can see, we do need to finish a little bit better as we go forward into extra time. So, keep working hard in extra time and you'll be rewarded. Don't let your efforts be for nothing. Exactly. Don't let it be for nothing. You've been the better team, lads. Come on. Let's go get that victory. Hopefully one of their players can get sent off. Fielding, a little bit tired now. Crow is on a yellow card as well, so we do need to worry about Crow. Donaldson, though, is upended by Harris, and this could be a great opportunity for us to get a goal. Come on, Heaney. Okay, just show him taking a free kick and nothing else. Crow throws it into Knowles. Now Donaldson. Donaldson pulls it back for Crow. Crow holding up position nicely on his right hand side. Gets it back to O'Keefe. He's going to run to the byline and play it back inside to Crow. Crow now whips one across. King will collect this. There's space on the left hand side. He finds Ducksworth. Can Duckworth do anything with it? Back post. Knowles! Josh Knowles! Oh, it's come back to him though. Back into Willoughby. Come on, Joshua. That's what I like to see. Didn't give up after the initial shot didn't go in. He collects the ball, pulls it back for his teammate, and Willoughby places it in the bottom left-hand corner. Ladies and gents, surely this is the moment we have won the FA Trophy. Surely. Come on, Knowles. Look at that. Plays it back to Willoughby. He's basically got a free goal to shoot at. Couple of bodies there to block it, but for the most part, an empty net. Ooh. Add instructions, stay on feet. You know what? No, we'll leave it as this. Heaney pulls it back for right. Now up to Heaney. He gets it over to Ducksworth. Ducksworth back to right. Right across to Dawson. Dawson now over to O'Keefe. He's got playing space. Willoughby now Knowles. Can we put in that final nail? No. Pilling will collect this one. As all the shots look to try and bounce back for a second time. Now Pilling tries the ball straight up. Fielding nods it over to Ducksworth though. Ducksworth maybe pull it up the line. No, goes across to right. Now King. King will just hold up possession now with O'Keefe inside to Dawson. Dawson out wide to Heaney. Heaney's got an overlap instead though. He's made a lovely through ball to Willoughby. A little bit hard. Little bit. It was a beautiful trajectory. Just a little bit too much power. A little bit too much. If Willoughby was a little bit quicker, if that was a little bit softer, either way, would have worked out fine. Ref. And we're down to 10. We're down to 10. Okay. Well, there is only one solution in this situation, and that, my friends, is to go the full San Marino. Yes, we are going to build the wall, get our inner Donald Trump on. Righty is... Can anyone play on that right-hand side? Anyone. I know Ducksworth can play on the right, but we need him on the left. So, who can play on the right? Fielding. How do you feel on the right? Fielding can do it. Okay, Fielding can do it. Now, Fielding can go there. Wright can drop back into centre-back. He's fine doing that. We can then drop Donaldson in here. Donaldson doesn't particularly want to play all the way back there. In fact, Donaldson, could we make you a winger? No. Willoughby. Willoughby, you're not really adaptive, are you? Okay, fine. Well. This is an interesting predicament. Heaney, can you go? Yes, Heaney. Heaney, you handsome man. Right. Heaney's going back here. Donaldson's going up front. Potts on the left. We've then got Knowles on the right. O'Keefe alongside Heaney. Heaney, in fact, would you rather be the ball-playing defender? You would. Okay, we'll make you the ball-playing defender. So we'll swap them round. Sorry, ball-winning midfielder. Yes, ball-winning midfielder. Don't know why I'm saying ball-playing defender. I'm making stuff up now. He's apparently going to go all the way back to centre-back. No, he's going to go into central midfield. We could drop these back, but I think we're going to go cautious. In fact, we're going defensive. We're not going quite full San Marino. We are going full time waste, though. We're going full time waste. That is our plan. We're going to burn some clock. Whew. Okay. Donaldson plays it back to King. We've got 1/2 of additional time to hold out so we don't have to go to penalties. Now, Watts collects the ball, plays it into Edsa. Edsa, thankfully. Right, Ducksworth, left-hand side, 108 minutes in, back post, Phillips nods it to Bardell, he nods it away, and it's Wagstaff on the counter-attack. Lads, let's just hold the ball. We don't need to be hoofing free kicks up like that. Just have a guy stand short and make them run all the way up to you. How about that? Ball up to Andrews, though, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Come on, Jameson. He actually saves that one, thankfully. And they have a corner. Come on, let's just hold out. I don't want anything remote. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Full San Marino. Just get back, lads. Get back. Get back. In fact, Potts, you're going to be the furthest guy up. You are literally going to be the furthest guy up. I want you on support, you on defense, you also on defense, you stay on defense. Potts, you are literally on your own up there. Right, Fowler, Fielding hoofs it up. In fact, no. Correction. I'm going to make one slight correction. You're going to be on support. Because if we do have the ball, these three can move up the pitch. Admittedly, Donaldson's probably going to move up the pitch at about 2 miles an hour, but we'll have 3 people at least going up. So, Edsa will play it back to Fowler. We've only got 11 minutes to hold on, plus any additional time, which is probably going to be like 5 minutes, considering we're the ones in the lead, and that's how Football Manager likes to play. Now, whips it in. Andrews, good save by Jameson, though. Nice one, Jameson. As you can see, most of our team is absolutely shattered. Kings, Knowles, got a bit of fitness in them, and so of course does Potts. Fielding to throw it in here. Thankfully, 1 additional minute. The game is being nice to us here. Fielding plays inside to Knowles. We just need to hold possession. Fielding to O'Keefe. Inside to Donaldson. Heaney now. We've only got 40 seconds remaining. He tries the ball over the top. Bardell will beat Potts to it, but Potts has got the ball from the bad touch. Plays it inside to Donaldson. It's now with King. Donaldson. O'Keefe. Ball over the top maybe. Plays it back to King. We've got 20 seconds left in this one. Right. Up to O'Keefe. Back to right once more. He runs up to the halfway line now. Right inside to O'Keefe. 10 seconds left in this one. Jameson, King, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And ref? Yes, come on. Might have taken us till extra time, but we have won the FA Trophy. Come on. York City is the FA Trophy holders. We made this one difficult. We made it really difficult on ourselves. Crow, I don't know why you had to go and make that challenge and get yourself sent off. That was stupid. Really, really stupid of you. But thankfully, we've held on. And now we can have our season review. And so it is time to wrap up our first season here with a season review. Now, as you can first of all see, we won the double. We won that FA trophy and we of course won the league. Now, we have the new arrivals, and there was quite a few new arrivals. First of all, Clayton Donaldson. I didn't bring him in, but he came from Bradford. And, well, he had a solid season. 7.2 average rating, 9 assists, 17 goals from Cam. So, he did a great job. We then had Mckenzie Heaney. Again, he did fantastic. 17 goals from over on the wing, 6 assists and a 7.19. O'Keefe came in on loan from Watford, 37 games, didn't quite play the 40 plus games, but got himself 2 goals, 8 assists and 7.1. He was a pivotal part of our team. Hopefully we can possibly get him back for next season, but we'll have to see what the options are for next season. Sam Gibson, now he was a solid signing, I think. 7.01, was able to cover both left and right, mainly on that left. 4 assists for him, 41 appearances and 4 as a sub. Did have a little problem with him being suspended for stuff, but besides that, he was pretty darn decent. Now, Willoughby, he got 5 goals in 18 games, 9 as a substitute and 1 assist. Pretty dismal. He's our lone striker. We need a little bit more from him, and thus we're probably going to be looking for a striker for next season. So we're going to be keeping an eye out. Maybe we just move Donaldson up, because we do have Helm coming in, and he's probably going to come in that Cam spot. So maybe we'll move up Donaldson, have the 2 golden oldies, and who knows. Or maybe we just do Helm Donaldson on-off, swapping the 2 next season. Who knows? We'll figure it out as we go forward. Glentorian, we lent Crow from. He wasn't bad. He was decent cover. Wasn't too bad. Max Drake, though, he was rather disappointing. If I could do it again, wouldn't loan Max Drake. He was a bit of a waste of time. Cunningham from Doncaster, again, didn't really use him. He just ended up being a youth player chilling out. And Hopper, he was a reasonable bit of backup. I wouldn't say he was a go-to. I don't particularly trust using him, but he's not bad. So, those are our players in the season results. Well, competition results, as we can see, beat Colney Heath, Warrington Town, Kidderminster Harriers, and then lost to Shrewsbury in the FA Cup, where we was of course knocked out in that first round. What was our minimum? So we did okay. Could have done better, I guess, but to be knocked out by Shrewsbury Town is not too bad. FA Trophy, we of course were the winners, and we was only expected to reach the second round, so that was definitely a bit of overachieving. Mckenzie Heaney with 4 goals was the best one in that competition. Now, moments to remember. We had our 7-0 win against Ware, even at their ground. Then, a match to remember was 5-0 away to Warrington, and the goal of the season came in the 3-2 Southport game. That was a good game. Knowles, a truly memorable goal. So let's have a little look at that memorable goal. Okay, so this is the goal the game is referring to. So Hopper gets the ball, plays it out to Knowles. He just takes a shot from range, drills it through their entire team to the bottom left-hand corner. I think that was a pretty solid goal of the season. But how do our finances look at the end of this first season? Well, as you can see, they are looking pretty darn tidy. First of all, the club's reputation is still 1.5 star. We have no new sponsors and no new noticeable deals for sponsors. So, sponsorship is 53,000. That is apparently up because everything is on not applicable, so everything of course is going to be up. 50.79 for broadcast revenue, 111 grand in corporate and hospitality. Competition prize money was 134,000, about 60, I think we got for the final of the FA Trophy, but along the way we probably got about 100 grand of that from the FA Trophy. Then we have the match day commercial and retail revenue at 382,000. We sold 1,113 shirts. Donaldson, Dyson, Heaney, Potts and McLaughlin were the top sellers. I'm surprised by McLaughlin and kind of surprised by Potts, but Potts had a pretty decent season, so I'm not too surprised with that one. Total merch, 69,590 was the sales for that. In terms of how our team lines up, well, this is our best team and I don't see any problems with it. I don't see any problems at all. Beck, I'm really disappointed that Beck didn't stick around. Beck had a magnificent season for us. Does it say on here? No. It says how many he's had. He was a bit dismal when he left us. He went back to Harrogate, was absolutely shocking. As you can see, a 6.65. Didn't score anything in 2 games. He should have stuck around. He should have stuck here. He would have got his stock skyrocketing. It was already skyrocketing. That's why he wouldn't come back to us. But I guess, Beck, you live and learn, my friend. You live and learn. Now, in terms of myself, well, I picked up a few different awards. I got the Manager of the Month for September, November, January and March. Doesn't look like I got one for the year though, which is a little bit disappointing considering I picked it up for 4 of the months and managed to get us promoted. In terms of club awards, well, the Fan Player of the Season goes to Captain Fantastic himself, Sean Newton. Why'd I say Sam? Mainly because I was partly reading the next one. Young Player of the Season was Sam Fielding. Signing of the Season goes to Sam Gibson. Goal of the Season goes to Josh Knowles. Top goal scorer goes to Clayton Dawson on 17, although we also know Heaney managed to pick up 17. Most assists goes to Newton, got 11 of those. Heaney with 7 players of the match. Highest average rating is Sean Newton on 7.6, and O'Keefe got the most passes with 88. Passing completion per 90. Now, the record breakers. Most overall goals by a player in a season goes to Mark Beck, who decided not to stick around. So, he got the award and then he just cleared off. Then, most assists by a player in a season, Sean Newton, 11 of those. Peter Jameson got 31 clean sheets. We had most player of the match awards going to Mark Beck with 9, although Heaney, 2 behind, getting the most player of the match awards. Actual award was not too far behind. And then the worst discipline goes to Sam Gibson. Like I said, he was a solid player when he got to play. Unfortunately though, 14 yellow cards did mean he missed a couple of big games. History in the making. So York owe everything to a fantastic start to the season that kicked off an unlikely promotion push. That is Jaden Tabernier of the non-league paper. We, of course, picked up our 2 trophies. York Dare to Dream, and thanks to a great run way back at the start of the season, their promotion dreams came true. Jack Howe from Talk Sport. But I thank you for joining us on this season journey. I hope you join us on our Vanarama National League journey next season. And I hope you have a lovely night. Goodbye.